Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, I was just sitting here looking at my Madonna tour books from when she actually bothered to come to Australia. Yes, that's bitter and salty, I know. Now, obviously, I bought the Rebel Heart tour book when I saw the show. Girly show, however, I was fortunate enough because I didn't see the show. I was too young. They sold them at the newsagents in my town, so I bought one, and that was all I had of the show for a while because it took a long time for the video to come out. It's quite nice, but one thing I for some reason expect from tour books is some sort of representation of the show to remind you of what you saw. So when you go to a theatre show, you will get pictures of the show. I guess they do a photo shoot during a dress rehearsal so they can get the pictures in for the booklet, so you can buy the booklet and you walk away and you can look through and see all the performances and acts and sections of the show, and that's kind of the point of the tour book, well, the program for a show. And this is a theatre show. Now, with concerts, I was expecting the same thing. The first concert I went to, couple concerts I went to, did that. Cher and Bette Midler both had pictures, the Farewell Tour and Kiss My Brass, both had pictures of the show. And I normally take my camera and do photos, but I was really sick the day of the Bette Midler concert. I only just got there and I didn't bother getting a film for my camera or anything. That's how long it was. I was still using film because digital wasn't good enough quality wise as far as I was concerned, even though everyone was using it. So I didn't get a film, I didn't take any pictures, but I bought the program and it had pictures from every song, every part, and I can look through that and I feel like I remember what it was like to be there, and that's the point of the book. Now, Madonna's Rebel Heart tour book is pretty much just promotional pictures and stuff. And I didn't really care because I was taking my own pictures for my own memories, that's fine. But the Madame X tour, when I found out she was doing a photo ban, I thought, oh damn, there's going to be no images unless the guy Siri puts out another book of behind the scenes photos. There's going to be no record of the actual show, the official one. But then I heard, and I was kind of shocked by this, that the tour was going ahead without any programs. That they weren't ready. They weren't going to be there for the first couple of weeks of the show. People weren't going to weren't be able to buy a program when they saw the show and leave with something. And I thought, oh, they must be, since she did the photo ban, she must have realised, oh, I need to actually have pictures of the show, and had to wait until the show was basically ready and the costumes were all done and everything, so she could actually put photos from the tour into the booklet. So I thought they must have delayed it for that. Well, I thought, well, that's good. Okay, it's not good for the first few weeks, all the thousands and thousands of people who go to the first show and don't have a program to take away with them. But at least they can buy it online later, and the people who do buy it, they'll get one with some actual memories of the show and pictures from the show and stuff like that. So I heard that the program was delayed, it was going to come out later, and I thought, okay, I'll just wait to see that. Well, thanks to, now obviously I don't have a copy. I'm not in New York, I'm not in Chicago, I'm not seeing the show. I'm just going on pictures, photos, videos, and reviews, first-hand reviews from people I know and other people, and comments on my Facebook, my YouTube videos and my Facebook comments and posts and things, what other people who've been to the show feel, and it's not all good. A lot of it is good too. I'm not saying the show's bad or trash or anything. I'm just saying there are some issues, and people have a right to express themselves about those issues, you know. And yeah, thanks to, like I said, some people like Oxana. She did a little video of the program, flipping through every page and taking out the cards in the back. There's a section of little cards which have just quotes and things from the videos and that. And it's a beautiful tour book. The images are all good. The printing is beautiful. It's got different textures, some metallic pages, and it's quite beautiful, but there's no pictures from the show. There's a couple of pages of rehearsals and stuff, but they're all black and white, and they don't really show anything of the show. They're just Madonna. It's just Madonna rolling around the floor and stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's just so slack. I'm really shocked that they started the tour without a program. They didn't have the merchandise ready. I thought they did it for a reason that would actually serve the fans and serve the fans in the show long term by actually having pictures from the show, which you can't take yourself in the show. Now, if they don't do, they are going to be the biggest a-holes if they don't do a book afterwards about the show, so fans can see what they missed, because a lot of fans can't go. The amount of seats in the performances and in the tour, the amount of people who are going to see this tour is going to be less than any Madonna tour before, unless she goes on and on and on and extends it really, 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 really long, which is possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to have the same sort of time span, shelf life as her other tours. She's just going to do less countries, more shows in places, and go further, not go as far around the world. Sorry, I cannot speak today. So yeah, I'm really, really, really disappointed for people, and I'm disappointed for myself, because I was going to buy one because I wanted to see the pictures. So if they don't do a separate book afterwards to show the tour, it's gonna really, really be bad, and people will miss out, because what I'm hearing is that the show is very much just for the people in the first row, and she was selling it as an intimate experience for everyone because it's a small venue, but supposedly she doesn't even look past the first row. She doesn't even look up the balcony. All she does is focus on the rich people at the front, and I know some of these people personally. They're very nice. They're very nice people. I like them. They're my friends. I talk to them. They have nothing bad to say about the show. I'm not talking about them or for them. But it's other people up in the balcony in other areas who felt like they wasted their money, and they felt left out, and felt like she was even making fun of them because they couldn't afford to be down the front. And just the fact they didn't feel like it was an intimate show. They didn't feel a connection to her. They just felt like she was performing for the people in the front row, and she wasn't really aware of anyone else there. So I've heard that from a few people now, not just one sort of bitter fan, a few people. So I'm guessing that's just the way the shows are going, that she's just focusing on the people at the front. And that was sort of a little bit how it felt with the Heart stage for Rebel Heart, but you don't expect intimacy from an arena show anyway, and it was really only the Heart stage where people got to be close to her, and which is where I was most of the time. But this show, because of small venues and theatre, she was selling it as an intimate thing, and it's not sounding intimate. But I'm going to do another video on actual reviews from people. I'm going to read out a couple of the ones that I got, and then some of the other ones I've heard, and like I said, the press ones are really positive, which I'm shocked, because normally they trash Madonna. The fan ones are pretty good, because I don't think the show is bad. I just think it's not as intimate as she would like people to think it is, and it's not as complicated as she would like people to think. It is a very basic theatre show, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the arena show, and that's fine, except it hasn't stopped the delays, because all the delays with Rebel Heart she blamed on the screens and the videos and the stage and the mechanics and all that a lot of the time, and in this show there aren't any. As far as I know, there's just basic sets that are moved around and projections onto the screens and onto the sets. There's no actual screens with video playing and stuff, and parts of the stage that move hydraulically or anything like that. And I haven't heard anyone say that or correct me, and the people I've asked have said that it doesn't. No, I haven't been there. I haven't actually seen the show. And it looks like I'm never going to see the show, because I can't afford to at the moment. I couldn't take the risk of her cancelling, and she did cancel the first week. I would have been at that first show, and if I couldn't have made the first show, I probably would have been in Chicago as well. That was another option. Chicago was an option. There are a few places I was thinking, well, if I don't do the opening show, there's a couple of places I want to go to, and I'll see the show there, and then I get to go to that place. So she's already 3 times now, 3 different cities, she's delayed the opening show. And this is really not fair on people, because she only gave like 10 days notice, and one of the shows is 2 weeks. I think the first one was like a month. She pushed it in. She rescheduled it for a month after the original date or something. And this one, it's 13 days. Now, if you're traveling, you can't just hang around in the city for 13 days and wait for the show. You're going to have to cancel your trip, and then plan another one, or you're going to have to just cancel it altogether. And it's really hard to plan around something like that when you get so few days notice. And sometimes this stuff happens on tours, and I get that, but there doesn't seem to be any real technical reasons this time, and that's what I was critical of. And a few people were saying, oh, you're a hater, and I'm like, no, I'm just saying the show may be good, but it's not that complicated technically, and it really doesn't justify the delays like the previous tours. So that's all I was saying. But I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to look through my little tour books. And actually, also have the little Evita one, which I love, because they're in Australia they're showing Evita and Who's That Girl this month at some cinemas in Melbourne and Sydney. So I'm going to look forward to seeing that, because I didn't get to see those movies in the cinema when I was younger, and I really love Who's That Girl, who I kind of think Harley Quinn is a little bit of a rip-off of Nikki Finn, and Birds of Prey is a little bit Who's That Girl, but whatever. If you have any comments, please feel free to let me know how wrong you think I am, or if you agree with me, or if you have any reviews or any comments you want to say. I'm happy to hear them. And yeah, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks, bye.